It is Sunday, October 19th, 2025. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Sunday crossword today, so we're going to be solving a big themed grid with a title, Same Difference. We'll find out what that's about soon enough. It certainly sounds like the name of a crossword theme. Something, I don't know, something changed in all of the clues. Who knows? In any case, today's entitled edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Mike from Vermont, Casey Brandt, and, as always, the indomitable Shoalmaster and the indefinable Charlie Paget. Thank you so much to the four of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign. Their generous support keeps this channel going, sustaining it day by day and week by week, and for that, I'm very grateful. Thanks to them and to everybody who supports the channel via Patreon. To do so, you can head to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field link. You'll find bonus videos there, including the Mini Puzzle Studio Speed Solve, the ongoing Boss Words Fall Themeless League series, call for questions for the upcoming patron Q&A video. The monthly bonus puzzle from the New York Times is coming very soon, so there's all sorts of stuff going on up there. Thank you to everybody who supports the channel at any level. And let's get on to today's crossword, shall we? This is a construction by Daniel Grinberg, who I believe has constructed around a dozen puzzles for the New York Times. It's entitled Same Difference. That'll relate to the theme somehow, we presume. And it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. Let's start solving. Huge success. A smash, maybe? Like a smash hit? Let's see if that works. Food enlivener. Spice. Hardly a genius. I'm not sure. Home to a chapel with the Texas flag flying beside it. Probably the Alamo, I would think. Let's see if that is correct. Here we go. It's the official male solo artist of the New York Times crossword, Brian Eno, the songwriter who popularized the term generative music. Interesting. I didn't know that, but I'm not very surprised. Lively bohemian dances. Polkas? Yeah. Hardly a genius. Oh, moron, I suppose. Okay, I thought it was going to be less intensely negative than that. Poker declaration. I raise. Yeah. You raise someone else's bet. Spotify button would be skip the current track, I suppose. Loves the occasion. Has a ball or has a something? Probably something like this. Business traveler's convenience. Now there's a circled cell at the end of this answer, which makes me nervous about assuming the answer will be the same number of letters as the number of cells here, because something else could be going on. Mexicali Mr. Senor. Just looking for Mr. in Spanish. Second volume, book 2, I suppose. Maybe book 2 in Roman numerals. Over there, poetically, would be yawn. Yawn, yonder, over there. Fights back tears, ? Or maybe fights back tears. I'm not sure. Darns? Yes. You darn socks. You mend them. I guess you're sort of fighting back against the tears in your socks. I assume that's what this is. Let's see. Hurls. Chucks. So business traveler's convenience. Company car? Do we not use the circled cell? Go downhill fast, say. Same difference. I don't know how it works yet. Feature of a Hawaiian house. A lanai. It's a kind of, kind of patio or porch area on Hawaiian homes. Seal, say. Clamp or... I don't think that's right. Alternative to a tissue informally. A hanky, a handkerchief. And it's informal, so we're saying hanky rather than handkerchief. Being prosecuted would be on a, remove as a ribbon, maybe untie. Oh, you're on trial. Sorry. Yes, that's being prosecuted as being on trial. Okay, go downhill fast, say. Ski. Oh. Do we just leave these empty? I mean, these each seem complete. Business traveler's convenience could be a company car. To go downhill fast, say, could be to ski. Same difference. Maybe something will go in there after we find the revealer? I don't know. I'm intrigued. Blank candy, eye candy, and then seal say, oh, I see. Like to seal a deal would be to close a deal. There we go. So from the beginning would be maybe anew. We do it anew. We do it again from the beginning. Chili. Arctic is too long. Chili, I'm not sure. Orange juice preference. No pulp, perhaps. With no one ahead or behind. Solo or alone or with no one ahead or behind. Not sure. Lost all liquid resources. Went dry? I'm not sure if this is correct. Bit in a hippie's necklace. Some kind of bead. Bit in a hippie's necklace. Not sure. Does bead work here? Ruptures. I mean, I assume I have to leave this blank. I don't know. Blank sequencing, lab technique, DNA sequencing. Remove hair from. What is it, depilate or something? Or remove hair from. Depilate? Is that right? I don't think that's right. Main antagonist on HBO is Euphoria. Oh, I've not seen that. I don't know. Clamors. Adieus, kind of commotions. Bit in a hippie's necklace. Maybe it is a bead. Let's see. Ruptures. Breaks. I mean, I want to leave that blank, though. I don't know. Not sure. What about this? Is this an S? Oppressive political regime, so to speak, with the tyrant. I mean, that's not a regime. That's a person at the top of a regime. Oppressive political regime. I'm not sure. Indulge in would be to partake in something. Vitals checker in brief. An EEG or something like that. Or an ECG or EKG. Giant Middle Earth creature. Giant. Maybe an ent. Oh. Could this also be ENT for ear, nose, and throat doctor? I don't think so. I don't think we'd have two answers that are the same in a crossword. Despite the puzzle, same difference. Despite the title. Doll of a guy. A Ken doll. Partner to Barbie. Remove hair from. Oppressive political regime. What is this? What is the vitals checker in brief? I don't know why I can't think what that is. Ruptures. It probably ends with an S. What is the oppressive political regime with the? I don't know why I can't see it. What about this one? New York City Stadium eponym. Ashe. Arthur Ashe Stadium. The tennis player. Okay, what is the oppressive political regime? Is this going to be blindingly obvious once it goes in? Probably. Oh, the system. I see. Yeah, you refer to the system generally. Okay, there it is. So the vitals checker in brief is the EMT, an emergency medical technician. And then what else? Broadband initials, DSL. It's a form of internet connection. Remove hair from, depilate. Yeah, okay. That is what it is, isn't it? And then share confidences with would be open up to. Good. And then main antagonist on HBO is Euphoria, maybe Nate. Divisions on a map. Oh, counties. Oh. Counties or countries. Busts or bursts. They both answer right. Company card or skid. Whoa, I completely missed this. So the business traveler's convenience is a company card, as in a company credit card, or a company car in which they travel. And to go downhill fast could be to ski or to skid. They're the same with this difference, either way. Right, and then bursts or busts, ruptures, counties or countries are divisions on a map. Right, okay, that absolutely went over my head over here. Fortunately, this time I caught on. Great. Okay, bit in a hippie's necklace, a love bead. Is that something? With no one ahead or behind, even, oh, I see an even score. No one's in the lead or behind. Chilly, oh, person being chilly is sort of aloof. Here we have the crying, laughing emojis. ROFL, rolling on the floor laughing. To openly reveal one's sexuality would be to come out. Michelle Obama to Princeton would be an alum, former, someone who attended that school. Process for would-be Greeks would be process for would-be Greeks. What does that mean? Process for would-be Greeks. Well, maybe if I just say it with different emphasis, I'll come to the answer. It doesn't seem to be happening. Place to hang at home. Not sure. Features of the names of many Apple products, lowercase or lowercase plural lowercase i's, I guess, like iPhone, iPad. Place to hang at home. Not sure still. Sound of a joke going over one's head. Whoosh, people say in order to convey that sentiment. So what's the oh, Greeks in this case, I see, right. Okay, this is sort of part of the so-called Greek system, the kind of fraternity and sorority system in, North American universities. So you rush, you pledge, or what, try to become a member of a fraternity. Okay. Place to hang at home would be the closet. You hang your clothes there, of course. Competitive athlete's goal, perhaps. Top prize? Oh, this needs to work with a letter potentially missing as well. We'll come back to that. Saxon's foe, a Celt, in the sort of pre-unified Britain. Person I truly am. Real me. Yeah, okay, there it is. Sea to sera, mer, so, the sea in French. Former parent of NBC. NBC, I guess, was at one point owned by RCA. And then that feels amazing. You might say relaxedly. So, oh, no, but it's with two A's in this case, which always looks like someone screaming to me, that version of this word. Smallish batteries are AA cells, I guess. AAA wouldn't fit in here. Perceptive would be sharp. No, that doesn't work. Perceptive. Artist's feedback session, informally. Criticism session. Oh, shrewd maybe is perceptive. Alan with 6 Emmys. Alan Alda. Maybe several of those were for MASH. Care to dance, shall we, you might ask? Pursuers of utopian goals, idealists. Okay, so now can we get this? Competitive athlete's goal, perhaps. Top seed? Top speed? Yeah. Top seed, like in a tournament, or top speed in a car, in a race. I think that's right. So organization that confiscates liquids is the TSA at airports. Hey, from on high might be up here. They may be caught in the summer. What are caught in the summer? Rays, like from the sun? Eliminators of some teams, playoffs or layoffs. There we go. So playoffs might eliminate teams from a tournament. Layoffs might eliminate teams from companies. Prefix with sphere, the ecosphere. Knocked out of the park, you aced it like an exam. Flow out would be a fuse. That's probably right. Keys above C's. Keys above C's. Oh, like on musical notes. When it says keys, I was kind of confused because really what this means is the notes above C's are D flats. Like the next note, the next semitone up from C would be a D flat. I guess you could say the key of D flat is sort of above the key of C. That makes less sense to me than notes, but whatever. I think they just wanted it to rhyme. Keys above C's. I guess a key on a piano, literally on a piano keyboard. I guess that's true. Okay, fine, fair enough. Rapper blank Millie. I actually don't know. Flow, it looks like maybe. Composer who led the U.S. Marine Band. Oh, Sousa, I guess. I didn't actually know that, but that's very plausible to me, given the style of music that he composed. Hawaiian shindig would be a luau. Tops would be lids, like of pots or something. Major Ukrainian seaport, Odessa. Hung around idly would be loafed or hung around idly. Loitered. That's what it is. Pilgrims in Saudi Arabia, Hajis, like, Islamic pilgrims. Let's see. Lifts with a pulley would be hoists. Dear blank, greeting in an old advice column. Right. This would be Dear Anne, Anne Landers, who is the sister of Dear Abby. They were both advice columnists. Overly fault-finding would be, I don't know. Hybrid pastry, a cronut. This was a big thing several years ago, I think especially in New York, a sort of croissant donut. Oh, judgy. Yeah, a fairly newly formed word. We used to say judgmental, and now a lot of people say judgy, which I have to admit still sounds very weird to me. All right. Neighbor of a Saudi would be a Yemeni. Okay, mojito garnish would be a slice or wedge of lime. And then tightly packed would be dense. Food traditionally eaten with chopsticks, probably ramen in this case, like a bowl of ramen. Songs on Sundays are hymns, like in church. P to Pericles would be rho, so from the Greek alphabet. Actor Davis, who delivered Malcolm X's eulogy, Ossie Davis. And tale-telling brothers, the brothers Grimm, obviously wrote so many of those stories. Annoyances for ticket holders are rain delays or train delays. There we go. So rain delays for an event, a match or a concert or something. Train delays, you have a train ticket and your train is delayed. All right, entered quickly is ran in. Brown songbirds are wrens. Hide is, just to sort of secret something away. I assume that's what we're looking for there. Strike up the band, hit it, you might say. Oh, here's one of these too. I forgot to look at the down. Decorative auto upgrade. Trim or rim, yes. So you have, I don't know, new trim that's affixed to your car, I guess, or new rims of your wheels. So warning signs are omens, and then 50,000 watt clear channel radio station in Iowa. WHO, I guess. I don't know Iowan radio stations. I hope that's right. Lots of radio stations start with, in the US, I guess they all the radio call stations start with W. Is that right? Or is that just the FM ones? I'm not sure. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I think it's the answer. And if it's not, I don't know. We'll come back to it. Self-admiring sort. Self-admiring sort. Some kind of narcissist. That's obviously too long. Sneaky plot would be a ruse, like a plot, like a contrivance to fool somebody. Flow out. Canniest, for instance. I don't know, maybe ruse is wrong. Okay, where can we go where we've already made some progress? What about here? It's over a quarter of a quarter. A dime is more than a fourth the value of the coin, the quarter. National Arab American Heritage Month. That looks like April. Interrupter of dreams, maybe. An alarm? Yeah, that makes sense. Genre for Keith Haring. I'm not sure. Have an ominous presence, to loom large in someone's, life or psyche. Arched recess. Here we go. It's one of the official kind of church architectural elements of the New York Times crossword. The apse. Political platforms are question mark. What is that? What is the pun here? Political platforms. Rostra, like a rostrum from which you might give a speech. That could be it. It's a literal platform rather than you read this and you think political platform meaning policy positions. Word with pack or rug. Pack rat or rug rat. Genre for Keith Haring. Pop art, I guess. Is that right? Pop culture hit about dystopian technology. Oh, Mr. Robot. This is very good. Mr. Robot or Mr. Roboto. So I have not seen the show Mr. Robot, but I think it is about dystopian technology in some way. And then also you've got the song, the 1980s song, Mr. Roboto, about, I guess also dystopian robot technology in some sense. This is very funny. I wonder if this was part of the sort of inspiration for the theme because it's so sort of silly and absurd. Fuel source, gas, something gasoline, I guess. No. Oh, it is right. That is right. Gasoline or gas line. Yeah, that's a really good one too. I like that a lot. This is my favorite pair so far. Senior informally. Master is not right. Bureaucratic barriers are often referred to as red tape. Guthrie, who sang Alice's Restaurant, that's Arlo Guthrie. So an oldster is a senior, informally. Tribute in the Tribune, say, an obit, an obituary. Corn chip with a fuego flavor. Oh, right. Yeah, I learned about these through the New York Times crossword. Tacky. I think I learned about these actually not through the crossword, but through connections, the New York Times connections game. And I remember that this was in one of them one time, and I just had no idea what it was referring to, and I was stuck for ages for that reason in that puzzle. Blesses. If one blesses something, one okays it, gives it your blessing. Get involved, to step in. Canniest, for instance, I don't know. In the vein of Allah, from the French. Okay, so what's the canniest, for instance? I'm not sure. Native of the Delaware Valley. This will be indigenous people, presumably. Who is it? Why can't I think? I don't know. Olaf's creator in Frozen. Well, Elsa is one of the main characters, and that would fit with that E, so that might be right. Flow out. Emit. You wouldn't say emit out. Flow out. Seep out? I don't know. Self-admiring sort. Oh, maybe it's an egoist. Canniest, for instance. I don't know. I'm not sure about that either. Sneaky plot. Yeah, it might be a ruse. Canniest, for instance. I don't know. Just not seeing it still. Flow out. Pour out. Not fully open. Ajar, like a door. Oh, wow. Canniest, for instance. Canniest is an anagram of instance. Wow, a cleverly disguised clue. Right, so the Lenape are the, there we go, is a native of the Delaware Valley. And then, oh, that was it. Okay, so yeah, we've gotten it all now, I think. We looked at all this? I think so, yes. Okay, great. So what's this J? The Grapes of Wrath family. Oh, the Jodes. This is from the novel, The Grapes of Wrath. Injection associated with a certain toxin, some kind of venom. Maybe. I have no idea how that would be part of. Yeah, I'm not going to put that in yet. Shade lighter than cappuccino. Tan or sand, or what would be light? So it's, lighter than a sort of milky brown. I don't know. In 4 letters, I can't think. Verbally expresses disdain. Tuts or tusks. Don't know which. I think it is. They both start with T. Tried to convey. Something to at. I don't know. Not sure if that's right. Coffees that aren't single origin. Blends. Channel supported by pledge drives. PBS, the public broadcasting system in the U.S. Jenny from the Block Singers to fans. Oh, is that J-Lo? Clothes for a doze in brief. PJs, pajamas. Immune cell variation. I'm not sure what we're looking for there. I don't think I know that subject area well enough to just jump to it. Sisterly. Sororal. Do I think that's right? Sorry, I'm unavailable. Can't think what this is going to be with that missing letter. Tried to convey, drove at. Okay, yeah, so this is venom then. What was this again? Surgical. Oh, I didn't look at this. Surgical instrument. Lancet. So verbally expresses disdain would be tuts then. Okay. So shade. Oh, ecru. Is that right? Shade lighter than cappuccino. Okay, that sounds right. Turned up. Appeared. Sorry, I'm unavailable. Not here. Not. No. I don't know. No time. Not me. Yeah, that works. Yeah. No time or not me. So, not me. Sorry, I'm unavailable. Or no time. I can't help you. I think that's right. Good. Okay. That's clever as well. Ear-related prefix, oto. Immune cell variation. Yeah, I still just don't recognize this. So what's this one? Injection associated with a certain toxin. I have no idea about this one. Palm Springs or Puerto Vallarta, notably. Gay Mecca. God, I once met a guy on a bus. I was reading, this was just speaking of Palm Springs as a gay Mecca. I was reading Tales from New York, which was the first in a series called, sorry, not Tales from New York, Tales from, oh, what was it? It's Armistead Maupin. It's set in San Francisco, Tales from the City, which is, about a group of characters, some of whom are gay, living in San Francisco, and it's this long running series. Anyway, I was on the bus and I was reading this book, and there was a guy sitting next to me, and he kept looking at me reading the book, and eventually he sort of struck up a conversation with me, and it turned out he was friends with Armistead Maupin, who wrote these books, and spent time with him every year in his home in Palm Springs. And it's just one of those amazing, ridiculous, coincidental things that happens. And anyway, I hadn't thought about that in years and years and years and years. And just seeing Palm Springs referenced as a gay Mecca reminded me of that. Anyway, immune cell variation. Serotype, that sounds like something. Injection associated with a certain toxin. Antivenom. Gelatinous thickener is agar, also known as agar-agar. Nickname for Rachel is... I don't really know. Is it Ree? No, it's Ray, because this is Napa Valley, which is, speaking of San Francisco, is north of San Francisco, and is a sort of wine country. And there we go. That was the Sunday crossword. Same difference. There we have it. And look at that. We've got, I think, a very clever theme that took me some time to get a handle on. So we've got the business traveler's convenience, company card, company card or company car, crossing with to go downhill fast is to ski or to skid. We've got ruptures, busts or bursts, crossing divisions on a map, countries or counties. My favorite here, pop culture hit about dystopian technology being Mr. Robot or Mr. Roboto, crossing a fuel source, gas line, or gasoline. I think these are both very, very good, clever ones. I like that quite a lot. Competitive athlete's goal, perhaps, would be top speed or top seed. That crosses eliminators of some teams, playoffs, or layoffs. These are all really, really well done. Injection associated with a certain toxin. Oh, right, I never looked back at this. Ant venom or antivenom, right? Associated with a certain toxin. So the with is either, the thing itself or opposing it. That's really good. So antivenom or antivenom. That's crossing, sorry, I'm unavailable, no time, or not me. I think that's one of my other favorites after the Mr. Roboto and gasoline. And finally, decorative auto upgrade could be trim or rim. That crosses annoyances for ticket holders, being train delays or rain delays. That's also very good. Great. That's a really clever theme. I don't think I've seen anything quite like that before. I don't think I've seen this precise idea in a theme before, and I think it's really clever, well executed. There we go. Well done, Daniel Grinberg. And I'll be back tomorrow for the Monday crossword, which I'll attempt to solve quickly. Should be an easier puzzle, so join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Sunday. Take care.